What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm here to talk about Warhammer 40K. Well, for the most part, I'm going to be talking about the timeline of Warhammer 40K, and that's not even that accurate. I'm just talking about the timeline of Warhammer, but through the perspective of humanity. So when you think about everything that has happened within the universe of Warhammer, Warhammer 40K, and whatnot, there is a ton to explore. We can literally do entire hour-long videos talking about certain ages, and even then I don't think we'd be able to cover every single thing that happened, especially when you divide it between factions. So this one's kind of going to be an introduction for people who want to kind of find out what 40K is through the eyes of humanity, which is how we see everything happen in the codices and overall in the lore of Warhammer. So if you guys are new or if you're trying to introduce somebody, I'd say hopefully this video can help them out. But yeah, let's go on and continue with this timeline of Warhammer. The popular franchise of Warhammer 40,000 has a vast expanse of lore, spanning from humanity's first steps into space, all the way to a new age into the future where there is only war. The iconic Space Marine wasn't even seen until the 31st millennia. Another thing to remember is that every bit of information here is seen through the eyes and ears of the Imperium of Man. As such, we know that humans are flawed beings, a fact that is often skewed by bias, faith, or other greedy factors. Add some time travel and warp shenanigans, and we have a very crazy, convoluted, yet awesome, grim-dark timeline to explore. I'll be going over each major age very quickly, as like I said earlier, I can literally spend an hour-long video on this and not even give you the entire information on it. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and start with the Age of Terra. During these times, technology was improving to the point that space travel was a possibility. Humanity began traveling to other planets, terraforming them, and making them into livable worlds. Progress was slow, but the possibilities were endless. This then led to the Dark Age of technology, the Golden Age of humanity, where technology was booming. With the invention of faster-than-light travel and warp devices, humanity has vastly expanded their presence across the solar system. Here, the first encounters with alien species, aka Xenos, began to occur, as well as the emergence of the Psyker. A human with psychic abilities was also starting to take root deep within human society. Not just that, but artificial intelligence was also a major thing here, making any type of influence it could into every facet of human society, be it war, residential, mining, agriculture, anything you can think of. Our AI was surely having a hand in it. Unfortunately for humanity, when you're at your pinnacle, there's only one more way to go, and that's down. The Age of Strife was the decline of humanity. This collapse of civilization happened, and it really skewered humanity beyond all belief. Artificial intelligence, space travel, psychic abilities, all this was lost because of the arrogance and war of mankind. They were also being attacked from the outside as well as within. Planetary governors fighting to just take out worlds, Xenos such as the Orcs just fighting for the good fight, and overall, as much as they could try to slow down progress, it came to a halt, to the point where technology did not improve, humanity's lives did not improve, everything just got worse and worse and worse. And then to make matters even worse, warp storms began swallowing entire sectors of space, cutting them off from the rest of the solar system entirely. This was a fall from grace so devastating that humanity never fully recovered. But in this darkness, a light came out. A light known as the Emperor of Mankind. He is what ushered in the next age for humanity. The Great Crusade. Rising from the ashes of humanity's ruin was the Emperor, an undying psychic warrior who united the scattered remnants of human civilization under his rule, creating the Imperium of Man. He, alongside other perpetuals, created the Primarchs, super soldier demigod warriors to lead the Space Marines, a slightly weaker version of the Primarchs, but still an ultimate force when it came to waging war and conquest. This was then created with an army the likes of which was never seen again, allying with the Mechanicus of Mars and going on to a crusade to find and save any human worlds and bring them under the protection of the Imperium was the next steps during this age. Unfortunately, this too led to a huge civil war, known as the Horus Heresy. The demigod generals of the Space Marine legions have split into two factions, the Loyalists, who remained true to the Emperor, while the traitors have allied with the four gods of chaos, Khorne, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. The infighting between these two warriors led to a devastating civil war, and this war ended with a very narrow Loyalist victory, but the Emperor was left in a near-death state upon the Golden Throne. This then led to the next era of humanity, the rise of the Ecclesiarchy. Previously, the Emperor had stated that only logic and science was the truth, but with the Horus Heresy and the realization that demons and God existed, this led to humanity believing more so in faith in gods. Eventually, the Emperor became praised as the God Emperor, and a new religion spread across the Imperium. The Age of Apostasy. Due to the fanatic beliefs in the God Emperor, one man rose to power within the Imperium by proclaiming himself the Emperor's mouthpiece. His name was Gouge Vandire. He armed himself with the mighty daughters of the Emperor, warrior women who would fight fanatically for this man, for in reality they were fighting for the Emperor. An era of oppression then began, known as the Reign of Blood. Death and disease spread across the Imperium, for this man only cared about himself and his power. Finally, this era was brought to an end when the daughters realized that everything Gouge Vandire was saying was lies, and Alicia Dominica ended his reign with his beheading. They then renamed themselves the Sisters of Battle and became the militant force of the Ecclesiarchy, fighting only for the God Emperor himself. This then led to an age known as the Time of Ending. Humanity's threats grew all around them. Chaos, the Orcs, the Necrons, the Tyranids, the Eldari, the Tau, and many more. The Imperium faced utter annihilation at the hands of Abaddon the Despoiler and his 13th Black Crusade. Unless something huge came towards humanity's aid, it seemed that all would be lost. But hope did come, in the form of a Primarch. The rise of Roboute Guilliman gave the Imperium the much-needed second wind they wanted, and they pushed back chaos, leading us to a new age, the current age in Warhammer 40K, the Era Indomitus. This age is what allowed humanity to push back the terrors and give hope, but that hope was quickly taken when the warp spewed into the galaxy and tore it asunder in half, with an apocalyptic event known as the Cicatrix Maledictum. But again, the technological marvels of the Imperium shone through, and the Space Marines added a new warrior to their ranks, the Primaris Marine, essentially a faster, stronger, tougher warrior Space Marine. Now humanity stands at the forefront of war once again, where everything they have fought for is being defended unlike any other. For to fail here would mean humanity's existence would be plunged. And now we have to wait and see what exactly happens, because this is where we currently are in the timeline of 40K, and we can only wait to see what GW unveils next. So thank you guys for listening, thank you guys for watching. This was a very, very, very quick, and think of it as like a Sparks Notes version of the timeline of 40K, and there's just so much that I missed and so much that I left out, Because when it comes to humanity, there are so many nuances, so many characters. Like the whole Horus Heresy, that spans, what, 52 books in novel form? So of course, giving it like 4 or 5 sentences is definitely not getting you the full picture. But yeah, like I said, if you're new to 40k and you have no idea what's what, this is a good, dipping your toe into the pool of 40k lore. So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing, and again, share this video to all your friends. With the introduction of Cavill creating this multiverse MCU type deal with Amazon, like, the possibilities are endless, and I just wanted to bring people that don't know exactly what Warhammer 40k is into, the lore of it. So, thanks again. As always, this has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.